Guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of the channel. Today we are playing more of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, to start this episode, I'm going to go back to the Hare Hunt quest. I am going to do it because I'm intrigued to know what happens. Now you guys said it's really good, you need to play it. And what I'm going to do is go back to this one here, Hare Hunt Tamburg. I reckon that's going to be a little bit into it. Should be fine. So, yeah, we're going to continue with this. We're going to do this. Whatever rewards or whatever I get from it isn't going to matter because I'm going to load back up the most recent save with a completely different thing that happens, purely because, yeah, we're just so far ahead now and we're very close to completing this game. There's only going to be a couple of episodes left, I can imagine, depending how long these episodes are. Yeah, let's get into this and let's just see what happens with the Hare Hunt quest if I do meet up with them in the woods instead of turning in the poachers. Yeah, I hope you're well, make sure you eat your snacks. Let's jump into this. Let's go back a little bit and see what happens with Hare Hunt. Let's do this. Right, now we've gone back quite a bit. Okay. What do you mean I'm in a private... Where am I right now? Oh, I'm in Tamburg. Right, okay. Okay, so what's the current quest? Meet with the poachers in the clearing. Let's just look at the quest on here. Armor, quest log. Okay, ask around the village, go to Captain Robard, ask around the village. Okay, let's just see. Lucas seemed very happy with the horn. He clearly had it for the master and he finally told me I could join the poaching gang. They were planning some big... Okay, the poachers meet in the clearing. Right, let's just, so can I just meet in the clearing? Have I got the... Did I already do the other part? Or is this after? Have I gone to... Wait, have I gone to... Maybe I need to go a bit further back. I might have to start this quest from the beginning. Might have to start this quest from the beginning, we'll see. Because we're not doing what we've done last time. So what I'm going to do is go over to this guy and we'll see. I know it's a bit of a weird way to start this quest. I was going to do this right at the end. I was planning to do this right at the end of the game. But it just makes sense to just do it now. I'm too intrigued. And at the moment, I sort of remember where I am with everything. Yeah, Nicholas.
My respects to you. Take care.
No, this is too early. This is too early. Low game. Try and find the right one. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? If we try and just find the right one to... Let's just see. Yes, I remember. We went here, we spoke to him. Yes, this is the one we want. So we can meet with Lukesh. What we want is the horn first. I remember exactly where this was. So, whereabouts am I compared to Tamburg right now? Oh, I'm right next to Tamburg. Okay. Oh, have I not spoken to him yet? See, I remember this. He's all coming back to me now. Right. Here we go. Andrew sent me. Training.
Andrew, the innkeeper, sent me.
Yeah.
Said you had a job for someone who's good with a bow.
Did he now? That's all very well, but I don't know if you're a man I can trust.
Yes, I remember
So how
this.
can I prove it to you? For a start, you can tell me why a lad like you
I remember this.
wants to join us.
I want to get my own back on the nobles. I'm a keen hunter.
Simple. I love to hunt, but I haven't a drop of blue blood in me. So what else can I do?
True.
I remember
Damn
this.
law won't let a man do what's natural. Anyway, I have to check you out first. See if you're any good.
I'm listening.
Okay.
To begin with, I need to know if you're at home in the woods. And if you're any kind of hunter. Bring me some deer antlers, and then we'll talk.
Easy.
I love it how he says easy. Now, from what I remember, we can't hunt... Oh, this is like deja vu. This is so strange. We can't hunt them. We can't hunt them. We don't have the stuff for them. So I think it was in Ratai. And was it the butchers? I'm sure it was Ratai I went. I'm sure it was all the way to Ratai I went and got the deer antlers. I want to say from a trader or it's from the butcher. can't remember where I got them from. I want to say it was the trader, but I can't remember. Find out, I guess. I just want to see what the other what happens, because you guys said it's really good, and something about how they're not actually that bad. The poachers, which is interesting. Because as soon as I saw that option now, I thought, well, hang on, isn't this going to be the right thing to do? To turn them in? Because they're obviously, you know, doing something bad, so...
Ow! What's...
Right, let's see. Yeah, I'm sure it was the butchers. Right. I think it was here. No. Let's try it.
Good luck then.
Deer antlers. Oh no, it was from the I know it was the apothecary. I'm sure it was the apothecary. Don't have time for you to.
God be.
Yep. There they are, antlers. Right, now we can get back to our guy. We get the deer antlers, nice. And then he just wants the horn, right? It's the deer antlers, and then he just wants the horn. I remember. It was only like the last bit that I really messed up. I got mostly through this quest, and we done most of it absolutely fine. But this last part, I think, changes everything now. So we shall see. Carcass on the right. Yep, ignore it. Let's just get straight to Tamberg. Cool. Right. Bring the antlers back to Black Lukesh. Okay, look at my eating situation here. This is terrible. Right, handing over the trophy.
I was beginning to worry you'd got lost in the forest.
Was you? No need to worry, I know my way around. It was hard work, I can tell you. I know my way around.
No need to worry. I would have come back sooner, but it seemed a long way to go for just the one.
Well, well, so you're keen on hunting. I like that, lad. So give me the trophy, and the first task of your trial is done.
The first task?
Well, there was only one to begin with, but then I thought you could do something else for us.
I see. So what do you want me to do next? Kill a dragon? Catch a water sprite?
Hilarious. Better listen up, lad. Nicholas the Huntsman has a very fine old hunting horn. But we'd like Nicholas better without any horns. Understand?
Where's the horn hidden? We know where it is. What's it about?
Wait. What's all this about?
Nothing to worry yourself with now. Get the horn, and we'll have a bit of fun.
All right. So where is this horn?
Sometimes he carries it with him. It is a badge of office, after all. But I don't suppose he sleeps with it. Best to go at night and have a look around his lodge. It's on the hill above the village, opposite the castle. Come back to me as soon as you've got the horn. I can't wait to see the look on Nicholas's face.
Right. I'll get to it.
I just got it
Glad
from
to
him,
hear
right?
it. Good luck.
So from this point, what I should do really is do the same thing.
I feel quite hungry.
So do the exact same thing, but this time, because I remember I spoke to him and I could get the horn, but handing it over, telling him about where the poachers are and where they're meeting was a different thing entirely. You didn't have to do that. You can just persuade him to give you the horn, so you can do what you've got to do. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to get round. I'm not going to steal it at night. trying to play like both sides here a little bit. Nice. You must have a pot here. You do indeed have a pot here.
My respects to you.
Right, so what I need to do is... Yeah, look, betray Black Lukesh. Let's say I need your hunting horn.
I need your hunting horn.
What? Why, for Christ's sake?
I have the poachers hooked. If I take your horn to them, they'll welcome me like a brother.
But that horn's valuable. What if I never see it again?
Don't worry. Give it to me, and you'll get it back along with the whole gang in chains. Trust me.
All right, if I absolutely have to. But remember, if you run off with my horn, you'd better run far and fast.
I remember him
Here you
saying
go.
that.
Take good care.
Like he's going to do anything to me. Like, oh my gosh, hilarious. Hilarious. Right.
See you later.
There's also people I do need to assign to Pribyslavitz. I know you guys have said one of you has put like a load of things I can do, but one of them is with Matthew and Fritz, and I think that's one of the activity givers. So now we're going to go back. So this is what we didn't do. So we are bringing the horn back to Lukesh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, there we go. I'm so intrigued. This better be good. I don't. This is how intrigued I am with this quest. I'm willing. Look at that, man. That's stunning. I am willing to load back up an old save just to see what happens. Even though it's not going to follow through, because I'd have to do everything that I've already done again. And I'll be honest. I'll be brutally honest. That's pain. That's a pain for me. Going back and doing all of that stuff again. Right, Lukesh. I've got the hunting
I
horn.
have that horn for you.
I'm looking forward to seeing the smile wiped off Nicholas's face when he finds out. As for you, the old man says you're
I did do this, right? I did do this. So tell me, what's going on?
Last time you told me that if I brought the horn, you'd finally tell me what's going on.
Let's put it this way. Our old man's had it in for Master Huntsman Nicholas for years.
Why does he have it in for Nicholas?
Why does he have it in for him?
There's more than one reason. But the heart of it is Nicholas lied under oath and almost got him hanged.
That's a fair enough reason.
You're telling me.
What's he trying to do?
What's he trying to achieve?
If you want to know, ask around the village what they think of the Master Huntsman. The old man is making a bigger and bigger fool of him day by day. Soon enough, the gossip will reach the ears of Sir Divish himself. And that's just what the old man wants.
Right, what's next?
So, what comes next?
We're just getting something big ready. We'll make camp in the north of Broder Woods. There's a concealed glade, and that's where you'll find us.
All right, I'll meet you there.
Okay. So I've got to go to... Ask around the village, go to Captain Robard. Interesting. So the guy is actually bad. Is that why he's been... Is he just trying to get the attention of people? Is that why he's been killing all the... Because I still don't understand why he's been killing all the animals, though, for no real apparent reason. That's what I don't get. So what was like the point in that? Ask around the village, okay. But why walk away? Why walk away? It's like you didn't want to talk to me. Margaret.
Greetings. What do you need?
Poacher trouble?
I'd like to find out about the poachers round here who've been stealing game recently.
If you ask me, there's some questions best left unanswered. But go and see Elena if you're determined. That old gossip will tell you all there is to know.
Elena.
God be with you.
Elena, huh? Okay. Elena? No. Elena? No. Wherever Elena is, that is. Meet with the poachers in the clearing. That's optional to meet with the poachers in the clearing. That's optional. Listen to Elena's got... There's so much to do, though. Let's see, guys. This is where things get... Okay. Relax. I think if we go to Captain Robot, that will ruin it a little bit because I think that will end the quest. So I don't want to end the quest. Let me see where we are. Let's see where we are. Hang on. Oh. Love it when it bugs out. There you go. Let's catch him robot. We don't want to do that yet. Meet the poachers in the cliff. Oh, Elena, you're right over there. Oh, Pebbles, you just spawned straight in, didn't you? I think what we might... Well, then, why don't we meet with the poachers in the clearing first? Because that's optional, yeah? If we load up mysterious ways, yes. When I go load game now, yeah, hare hunt is the top one, but this is our main one. Yes, indeed. Cool. Glad that it separates that. Just because I'm going to go in here now in the woods, and I want to see this won't affect everything. Because there's so many things here to do that it starts getting a bit... I hate it when it says that one thing's optional, but it's in the red, which means normally that like you're going to continue a quest. But it's saying it's optional. Here we go.
So you're the new fellow. Lucas said you know a thing or two. Question is, can we trust you?
Absolutely.
Would I be here if you didn't?
Probably not. Did Lucas tell you who's in charge? Well, speak of the devil. Started to worry you weren't coming.
It couldn't be helped, Goathead. I had to get a document written up, and the nearest priest I can trust is in Janowitz.
Not writing your will already, sir.
Who is this?
Henry. Lucas brought him. He nicked Nicholas's hunting horn for us.
Then I'm sure we'll get on like a house on fire. Is everyone here?
Everyone. Except that fool Radan, the charcoal burner. No one's seen hide nor hair of him.
We can't delay. If he's not back by evening, we go without him.
Where are they going? This was optional, apparently.
So, Henry, tell me about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Why you came here. Where you come from. You know how it goes. I want to know your story.
What if I don't have one?
Everyone has a story. Leastways, everyone in this clearing does.
Sir! Sir! The Thornburgers are coming!
What do we do? Shut up.
Anakin Hare of Zalush, I arrest you in the name of Lord Divish of Talmberg.
The Master Huntsman is not coming?
The Master Huntsman arrests poachers, not murderers. Will you come quietly?
What do you say, man?
I don't know, this doesn't seem right to me. It feels like I should be...
Henry?
Oh. Side with Hare, join the soldiers. Side with
I
Hare.
say there's nothing to fear.
What are you doing here? Tired of life, are you? Kurva!
Bollocks!
So I know, I think we're... Wait, no. This don't seem right to me. This don't seem right to me. Go back to Hare Hunt. I think I've got to go and... Because we're on the other side of it, but I think the first things first, we need to find out more about them. Let's go to the Inn in the Glade. We've got to find out more about them. I want to do this without that fight happening, really, if that's possible, because it doesn't seem right to me. Let's get to the Inn in the Glade. That should give me an idea of what's... Right, this is where we need to be. Let's find out some information. Skip till 9. It's a very interesting quest because there seems to be 3 different ways. You either just join up, meet up with him, and you choose the bad route. Like, I don't know anything about this guy. I still don't. So for me at the moment, I don't, I still haven't seen anything that makes me go...
Mother of God. You look like you've been assaulted.
I hear there are poachers
I
around.
heard there are poachers in the woods round here.
If only if it was just poachers. It's that sorcerer Hare. He's the one who's been running amok. I said he'd be back, and I said he'd be vengeful, and I was right both times.
Tell me about Hare.
Tell me something about Hannikin Hare.
Ah, that was all years ago. He turned up here one day. No one rightly knew where from. He claimed up at the castle to be a nobleman's son, and so he got the office of Master Huntsman when Margaret was promised him for his wife. Nobody could have known he was a sorcerer.
How did they find out about his sorcery?
And how did his sorcery reveal itself?
Well, he was able to vanish into thin air in the forest right in front of folk. And I've heard it said he spoke to animals too, though I don't know the truth of it.
That doesn't sound very convincing to me.
That's because you've not seen his marksmanship. It was natural, the things he could do with that bow of his. They say he sold his soul for the gift of it.
I see.
How did it go with Margaret?
How did it go with Margaret?
I'm not one to gossip, but she was a flighty lass in her younger years. She could never make up her mind which one she wanted, the Hare or Nicholas. So in the end, fate decided for her.
What do you mean? What happened with Hare?
Oh, that was quite something. And then some on top of it. Sir Henry of Lipo was visiting here at the castle, and Hare snapped his guardsman's neck with his bare hands. Of course, they found him out. But how do you keep a sorcerer under lock and key? You can't. That's your answer. And Satan's spawn slipped the net.
Oh well, quite a wild story.
So what happened with Hare then?
Any idea why he murdered the man?
No one knows, and most likely never will. But they say he was fully in the devil's power. There was a full moon, you see.
Did anyone see him do it?
Was he actually seen killing the guardsman?
I suppose so. Else they'd hardly know who did it, would they?
That's probably true.
I want to ask about something else.
There is one other thing I want to ask.
Isn't that just a folk tale?
Has anyone actually seen this Hannikin Hare? He seems to exist only as a bogeyman to frighten naughty children.
Oh, he exists all right. But he flits around in the forest like a shadow. They won't be catching him anytime soon. But Blacksmith's Betty heard some of their goings-on in the woods.
Goings-on? What's that supposed to mean?
Cavorting and raising hell. Sorcery! Hare meets up with his sorcerer's apprentices, and they feast in the clearing in the woods. In the morning, they turn into ravens and scatter. Or so she says. But you'll have to ask Betty more. Who knows what she saw? Or what she was doing there with them.
Very well.
Okay, so we've got someone else to ask. Blacksmith's Betty saw in the woods. Find out what Blacksmith's Betty saw in the woods. Who does Hare want revenge on?
Who does Hare want revenge on?
Master Huntsman Nicholas, of course. When the Hare disappeared, Nicholas took his Margaret and the huntsman's posting.
So Nicholas came out of it well?
That one always knew how to land on his feet.
Of course he did. Okay, I'm starting to get what's going on here. That's all I need to know.
Thanks. I think I know all I need.
God be with you.
Sounds to me like Nicholas is the bad guy here. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? Let's get here. And let's ask Blacksmith. Is that Blacksmith Betty? Yeah. Or ask. Yeah, so it sounds to me like Nicholas killed the guard, framed it on Hare, and to get his position, to get his position in Tambo, you know, with Margaret, and also being Margaret, and also have the position of huntsman, right? That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
We're about to find out. If we can do this the right way, right? I can talk to Robard and everything, but until I know fully what's going on, I'm not doing anything this time. This quest is a little bit more in depth, actually. I wasn't expecting it from this. I wasn't expecting that deep of a quest. You know, this quest really threw me off because it was actually a lot more intense than I thought it would be. Is that her there? Is that Betty? I know you're busy, Betty, but I need to talk to you.
Jesus Christ, your clothes. Were you
Yeah, right, let's skip that because I don't want you insulting my look. I'd like to ask about the poachers.
I've got a few questions about these poachers.
So ask.
I've heard you saw something something odd in the forest.
I heard you saw something fishy in the forest.
That's right, I did.
Can you describe what you saw?
It was after dark, I remember that. I went up past the castle along by the clearing, and I saw someone had lit a fire, and there were figures singing and dancing, and I could hear the whistling of a pipe. And I could smell roast meat. It was like a feast of some sort. Only I thought maybe it was some witch's sabbat, so I was afraid to stay too long in case they saw me.
Did you recognise anyone?
Did you recognise anyone there? Someone from the village, maybe?
No. Like I said, it was dark. All I could see was shadowy figures moving around.
Did you hear any familiar voices?
No. But I heard girls' laughter, goblets clinking, a piper playing. It sounded just like any feast.
Maybe because it was just a normal feast. Where is the
clearing?
A short walk north of the castle. There's a track past the woodcutter's camp that takes you there.
Thanks. What do you make of this poaching that's been going on?
It's clear as day. Hannikin Hare's back. And putting those antlers on Nicholas's house? Well, we all know what that means, don't we? It's the sign of a cuckold, you mark my words.
You mean the horns that... You mean the horns?
You mean to say his wife's cheating on him?
All I'm saying is she might be feeling the urge. It happens in the best of families.
Are you sure about Hare's return?
You're the first who's certain of Hare's return. So far, I've just heard vague rumours.
Well, now, I wouldn't say I'm completely sure. I suppose some other mischief maker could have done it, but better the devil you know. And everyone hereabouts knows Hare.
Okay, let's call her out. That's not exactly what you said before.
You were singing a different song not long ago.
So? Why do you want to know so much, anyway?
It's nothing to you, but I'm helping Nicholas unmask that local poaching gang.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now you know. And you also know not to keep anything from me. So, what's the story with that Hare?
All right, I'll tell you what I know. But promise not to tell Nicholas I said it.
Go on.
I'll do what I can, but I need to let him know what I discover. So, out with it.
It's to do with Margaret, his wife. They say it's all because of her.
Keep going.
I know full well Hare's here, because Margaret admitted as much.
What did she tell you?
That he waited in the woods till she came by and they exchanged some words. Words was all she told me. Who knows what they actually got up to.
And what did they speak about?
I don't know. But if Nicholas knew they'd met, he'd most likely kill her.
You're sure she wasn't saying it in jest?
Oh no. Margaret wouldn't joke about something like that.
Find out if Margaret knows something about Hannikin Hare. Or... are you sure about Hare's return? Who is Hannikin Hare?
Who's this Hannikin Hare, anyway?
Let's just get...
Hannikin Hare? There was a time he was master huntsman here, and Margaret was set to be his wife. But then he got himself accused of murder, and fled before they could hang him. Margaret and his job both ended up going to Nicholas.
Yeah, okay. Are you sure about Hannikin Hare's return?
You're the first who's certain of Hare's return. So far, I've just heard vague rumours.
Well, you just had this.
Well, now.
Stop trying.
Not really.
But you know who Radzig Cobbler?
Of course.
I'm his right-hand man.
Well, this is different.
And
Guys, I'm so sorry.
I'll do what I can. Keep going.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
That he waited in the woods till she came by and they exchanged...
Oh, it was a different way of saying it. It's
You're
alright.
sure
It's
Oh,
okay.
no.
It's okay. It was a different way of saying it. It was a different way of saying it. Sorry. I apologise. was a different way of saying it. I'm sorry. It's the same thing, but it was using the charisma side of it. What happened between Hare and Margaret?
So what's the story between Hare and Margaret?
It was complicated. He wanted her and she wanted him too, I reckon. At least for a while. But then she hitched up with Nicholas and now she says she never had a thought of wedding Hannikin Hare.
What's the story between Hare and Nicholas?
So what went on between Hare and the huntsman?
Yeah.
Those two? There was no love lost between them from the moment Hare arrived. And then Margaret got involved. It was a messy business.
Hannikin Hare's crime.
Do you think Hare really killed that man?
Who knows the truth of it now? I did find it all a bit odd. Hare never was much of a hothead. But then again, no one really knew him that well. And Margaret never wanted to speak of it. Wouldn't hear a word about it.
That's all I need. Thanks.
Oh, how interesting.
Take care.
Yeah, take care. So, it sounds to me, find out if... What's this? Move the poachers in the clearing. We don't want to do that. Ah, there's the clearing there. Find out if Margaret knows something about Hannikin Hare. Let's do that, yeah. Let's go to Margaret. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Is that her down there? I bet it is. I bet it is. Margaret. Margaret.
Good health to you.
Right. I'd like to ask about Hannikin Hare.
I'd like to ask you about Hannikin Hare.
I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about that.
That's nice. That's nice. Everything leads back to you.
The thing is, every time I spoke to someone about Hare, they always ended up talking about you.
But I don't.
You aren't to blame for anything, is that it? Well, I am willing to believe you, but you do know more than you're telling, and I need to hear it.
Very well. You're right. And what would you like to know about Hare?
What went on between you and Hare?
How were things between you and Hare back then?
There was nothing between us. Hannikin Hare impressed my father with all his talk of noble blood. But I couldn't stand him, and I didn't want to marry him. And then it made no odds after he ran away.
So you didn't want him? I only asked because I've heard differently.
That's village talk. Of course folk gossip. Mostly they just want to hurt Nicholas.
Is Hannikin Hare guilty?
Did Hare really commit the murder?
God in heaven, how should I know? Anyway, it doesn't matter now.
That remains to be seen.
You met in the woods recently, didn't you?
What did you talk about in the woods with Hannikin Hare?
I see Betty's mouth's been busy.
Don't blame her. I had to work hard to weasel it out of her. Now tell me.
Oh, all right. Well, it seems Hannikin Hare's exile has addled his brain. He told me he'd go off with me, that he still loves me and nonsense like that.
And what about you?
What do you mean? I was so shocked, I couldn't even scream.
Is that all he told you?
He said if I change my mind, I'm to hang a garland of forget-me-nots on the house and wait for him at that place of ours.
Where did you hang that garland on the huntsman's... Where did you see him?
Where was it you saw him exactly?
I wish I could tell you. The whole thing was like a fever dream. I almost got lost trying to get out of the forest. Even if I remembered, it wouldn't be any use to you. Hannikin Hare moves through the forest like a ghost. He knows every tree root off by heart.
Hang that garland on Huntsman's Lodge. That'll be all.
That'll be everything.
Right,
Good luck,
right,
then.
right. This is getting interesting. Because if you hang that on the lodge, obviously he's going to show. Again, I still don't want to do that just yet, because we can go investigate the clearing. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We can still go and investigate the clearing. So far, guys, I'm not hearing anything that's really going to help me make a decision to save this guy yet. Saying that, it's looking pretty... It's looking more on Hare's side, I think, but there's just no real concrete evidence of anything for me to be able to go, yeah, this guy definitely done this, and definitely framed him. We shall see.
Yeah.
Okay. Get in there? Yeah, very close. To the left.
Yeah.
Over here somewhere, I think it is. Over here somewhere. Right here. Right, let's investigate. Not really much to investigate. What am I supposed to be looking for? Oh, what was going on then? Interesting. It doesn't really go on long, and there's nothing really here. There isn't really anything here. For me to explore, there isn't really much here. I don't know what it wants me to... Oh, look at you. Mark, you're so sweet. See, there's nothing... I don't know what it wants me to do here. That's crazy. Explore the clearing where it all went on. Mutt's loving it. Oh my gosh. Mutt, I've never known him to hunt so many. Bring Alex hair meat. I mean, right. I can't see anything here. I can't see anything here, guys. That's so clever. That's crazy. What? I would never have guessed. I would never have guessed this. Why? Oh my god, get me out, get me out. Why though? Why would you... Now what do we do with that? Ask around the village a bit more? I suppose what I should do is get Margaret to hang up the thingy. I mean, what's optional right now? Maybe the poachers in the clearing is optional, but I don't think we should do that. I think we should go and ask around the village just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, maybe I should meet up with Margaret again and tell her to hang the thingy up. Maybe I should. I can't believe I've got enough like hair meat for Alex as well. That's hilarious. I've actually got enough for it. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
I might actually try and do that on the new save as well. Just, it's so easy.
Yeah.
It'd be such a quick thing for me to do now. Whose horse is that?
Yeah.
Someone's left their horse. Right. I think we need to try and find that Margaret again. Is she here still? That's not her, is it? She might be back up with Nicholas. I think she is back up with Nicholas. Let's go up here.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. If she's back up here, that'll be excellent for me. Is anybody here? Margaret. I have some questions about her.
Oh, very.
Hang the garland.
I want you to hang that garland on the lodge.
But I don't want to go anywhere with him.
You don't have to go anywhere. But tell me, where's that secret meeting place of yours?
On the way to Ujitz. Back then, we used to meet by the great big beech tree, right next to the wayside shrine. There's a lovely view there, you see.
And what time will he be waiting there for you?
At dawn. What are you going to do to Hare?
Never you mind. The main thing is it will all get sorted out. That's all that matters, isn't it?
I suppose so. Very well then. I'll hang the garland for you.
Interesting.
God bless.
Wow. Then we can meet with him ourselves. Oh, that's cool. 72 hair meat, guys. Wow. Do that there.
Yeah.
So where is it? Here or this one? This one, right. Turn around.
Yeah.
Let's go meet up with Anakin Hare. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So this is a way that I actually get to talk to him and find out his story. Oh my gosh. I managed to avoid a load of civilians then. Is it just in front? Yeah, it's just right up at the clearing. Interesting. This is going to be very interesting. I'm excited to know how this is going to differ. From, you know, Turnberg guards just showing up. Oh, right here. There you are.
I'm guessing Nicholas won't be joining us. Who the devil are you?
Didn't you want to meet up with Margaret?
I thought you wanted to meet up with Margaret.
Fortunately, I'm not that much of a fool anymore. I was hoping I'd tempt Nicholas out of his lair. But let's get to the point. Who are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm Henry, I'm investigating the poachers.
My name is Henry, and I work for the Master Huntsman.
So are you going to arrest me?
I am.
All I ask is that you listen to me first.
Why should I listen to you?
Why should I listen to you?
Because if you care about justice, you're after the wrong man.
Anyone can say that.
And that's precisely why the accused should get a proper hearing.
So you're innocent, are you?
Let me guess. You're going to tell me you're innocent.
I wouldn't presume. I've been poaching on the Divish estate, and I'll take the punishment I deserve. But the crime I was nearly strung up for, that one I didn't commit.
I don't know, who are you?
Who are you, anyway?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Hanakin Hare of Zalush.
The nobleman?
I used to be. My house became sadly impoverished, and I became the master huntsman at Talmberg.
Gamekeeper turned poacher? I see. That's quite a transformation.
Nicholas gave me no choice.
What happened to your family line?
What happened to your family?
My father lost his influential friends and the money with them. After his death, I inherited only his debts. There was nothing for it but to sell off all our possessions, see to my sister's welfare, and manage as best I could.
That sounds a rough deal.
Believe it or not, I never cared for the life of a nobleman. I spent my youth running free, hunting in the woods.
What happened between you and Nicholas?
What happened between you and Nicholas?
I was falsely accused of murder. Henry of Lipa visited Talmberg, and the morning after the banquet in his honor, one of his men was found dead.
And didn't they have any cause to suspect you?
That's just it, they did. At the banquet, I got into a fight with the man.
Who was Henry of Lipa?
I know Sir Hanish of Lipa. Was Sir Henry his father?
Indeed. He was on his way to Rattay to take charge of the fiefdom for young Sir Hans Capon.
Why did you fight?
Why did you get into a fight with him?
The fall of the House of Zalush was the work of the Lords of Lipa, and that fellow took great delight in reminding me of it.
And then what?
And then what?
Nicholas began to pull strings. Several people came forward as witnesses to say they saw me with the fellow later that night.
Why would he have done that?
He wanted rid of me. We were both in love with the same lass, you see, and Margaret is his wife today. But back then, there was no question which of the two of us would win her. I was the huntsman of noble blood, and Nicholas was just plain Nick. Her father's preference was clear.
Do you know who did it?
Do you know who did kill the man?
No. He was found in a ditch with his neck broken. He could have tripped and fallen, all on his own.
And that never occurred to anyone?
It did. But some people swore they'd seen us jostling on the drawbridge. Of course, that was Nicholas's work.
Did Margaret care for you?
What did Margaret think of you?
She took me for a fool. She only had eyes for Nicholas, but I didn't see it then. In the end, she could have saved me.
How?
She could have told the truth. After the banquet, I was with her. But when they asked her, she said she hadn't seen me that night.
That's crazy. That's crazy. How did you get free?
How did you get out of it?
What leads you to imagine I did?
Your head's still on your shoulders, so you must have escaped somehow.
I'm alive. But my name and my family's name has been dragged through the mud. For me, that's worse than the sentence waiting for me.
If you say so. But you still managed to get away.
Well, it's true. I had the good fortune to escape from the dungeon.
Right.
An interesting story.
I can't complain of boredom. The question is, will anyone believe me?
I believe you arrest Anakin Hare, so what's happened then?
And how did it happen?
It's a long...
I've got time to listen.
All right. But for you to understand, I have to start from the beginning. I was born as Anakin Hare of Zalush, the eldest son of Sidney of Zalush. My house became sadly impoverished, and I became the master huntsman at Talmberg.
Gamekeeper turned poacher. I see. That's quite a transfer.
Nicholas gave me no...
Oh, what happened between you and Nicholas?
What happened between you and Nicholas?
That's what I wanted to see.
I was falsely accused of murder. Henry of Lipa visited Talmberg, and the morning after the banquet in his honor, one of his men was found dead.
And didn't they have any cause to suspect you?
That's just it. They did. At the banquet, I got into a fight with the man.
Okay. Yeah, we know about that, and then what?
And then what?
Nicholas began to pull strings. Several people came forward as witnesses to say they saw me with the fellow later that night.
Why would he have done that?
He wanted rid of me. We were both...
Yeah.
But back then, there was no question which of the two of us would win her.
Yeah. How did you get free?
How did you get out of it?
What leads you to imagine I did?
Your head's still on your shoulders, so you must have escaped somehow.
I'm alive. But my name and my family's name...
If you say so.
Well,
Okay.
it's true. I had the good fortune.
Okay. Right.
Interesting.
I can come.
Okay. So even if it's true, there's no proof. I believe you. Even if it's true, there's no proof.
Even if I believed you, there's no proof. It all happened a long time ago.
I know. But if I didn't believe in my own innocence, I'd have to be crazy to have done what I did.
Why?
If I truly were guilty, why would I risk coming back to Bohemia? I could have died in peace as a rich man in the pay of the Jagiellonians. Only a fool would come back.
Nicholas took everything you had, regardless of your guilt or innocence. I'd say you have more than enough cause to want revenge.
I'm not like him. Anyway, you're right. I don't have any proof of my innocence. All I can give you is my word.
I do believe him.
This is one of the most insane stories I've heard lately.
That doesn't surprise me.
But something tells me you're speaking the truth, Anakin Hare.
Thank you. And if you want to help me, come to the old mine gallery in Broad Woods.
I'll be there.
I have a plan, but I need some help.
This is a huge quest. Fair enough. You guys were right. What a dive this takes. You learn more about families and more about Hanish's father, weirdly enough. This is where the guy's camping out. Let's wait like an hour. So this is going to be interesting because we're going to find out what's going on with him. How we're going to do this. How are we going to... This is going to be interesting to know how we're going to actually... What are you scheming?
So, what are you up to?
Working out how to get Nicholas's confession.
And how would you do that exactly?
Simple. I'll have him sign it. I've had the priest in Janowitz write me up a parchment. When Nicholas signs it, he'll admit to everything written down there.
How do you want to force him to do that?
He won't have a choice, or rather he will have, between his wife Margaret and the job of huntsman.
Stop talking in riddles. Yeah, please.
Could you stop talking in riddles and just tell me what you're up to?
It's plain enough. We'll kidnap Margaret. That's to say, you'll kidnap Margaret while I distract Nicholas. If he wants to see her again, he won't have any choice.
Isn't that a bit much?
Kidnapping? That doesn't seem like much of a way to clear your name.
No? Take a look around you, Henry. Sigismund kidnapped Wenceslas, his own brother. And Divish was abducted by Medek of Waldeck.
True, but Sigismund and Medek kidnapped the men they wanted to bargain with. You're thinking of taking a man's wife who's done nothing to deserve it.
And what of it? Those others did it for money or power. I'm doing it to redeem my honor. And since you mentioned Margaret, she's not all that innocent. I could have swung because of her.
Yeah, that is
So
facts.
that confession's just a scrap of parchment with writing on it. What will happen to him after that?
That scrap of parchment is for Sir Divish and the provincial court. But we'll be generous to Nicholas and let him leave in peace before we deliver the confession to Talmberg.
So Nicholas will go free, and you'll clear your name?
Hopefully.
So what do I need to do?
That horn you picked up from Nicholas should help us. I'm sure Nicholas will recognize its sound from quite far off. I'll lure him out of the lodge at dawn.
And I'm meant to kidnap his wife while he's gone?
Of course it would be best if she went with you voluntarily, but if not, you'll just have to drag her with you.
I think I'll enjoy it. What if something happens?
I don't know. What if there's trouble?
That's why I'm sending you. I trust you. But whatever happens, Margaret mustn't be hurt. When you get her, bring her here. Then we can decide what's next.
All right.
Don't forget, tomorrow at dawn.
Alright, tomorrow at dawn. I mean, this is wild, isn't it? This is wild. I'm just trying to think of the... Tomorrow at dawn. Right, okay.
Yeah!
What is dawn, like 5? About 5 AM? Interesting.
Yeah!
We'll get there, we'll get there. See, this is... Yeah, this is so much better. This is so much better of a quest. Like, this is much, much better. You're in a private area. Shut up. They know me.
Hey! Hey, you! What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper.
Okay, wait till about there. I mean, it's dawn. Let's give it a go.
Hey!
Come on, bro. Well, let's talk to her first. Please work.
Well then. What are you doing here? Get out right now, or I'll scream!
We've got your husband. We've got your husband.
You won't, because if I don't bring you back with me, Nicholas will be in deep shit.
What are you talking about? What happened?
That man of yours walked right into Hannikin Hare's trap. And if you don't come with me, his neck will be on the block.
Hare won't do anything to him. He'd never threaten a man's life.
Maybe he's not the person you once knew. A couple of years in exile can change a man.
I'll go with you. Just don't hurt me, please.
I've got no cause to hurt you.
First, I want to ask you something. Just come with me, and you'll sincerely. First,
I want to ask you something first.
Ask away.
Why didn't you give Hare his alibi? Who did do the deed then? Why didn't you give Hare his alibi?
Why didn't you tell the truth back then? Hare was with you after the banquet.
I never wanted to marry him. But father insisted because Hare was of noble descent and his name meant something. That lie was the only way I could get rid of him.
Crazy.
Even though it meant condemning him to die.
Marrying him would have been a living death for me. I loved Nicholas, and I wanted nobody else. Can't you understand?
Yes, I understand.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Who did do the deed there?
Do you know who actually did the deed?
No, and I don't think it was ever discovered. Once Hare disappeared, nobody bothered asking any more questions.
Let's go.
Come on, let's go. I feel quite
Let's go, man. Let's
Good
go.
work, Henry. Now we have to act fast and sort out Nicholas. Are you all right?
I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't think about it. Margaret's a bitch, so as well. I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't think about it. What's next? I don't have a good feeling about this.
Well, I can't say I feel too good about it, but what else can we do?
Believe me, it gives me no pleasure either. But there's no other way. Take this confession. Go to Nicholas and make him sign it before you tell him where Margaret is.
What if he doesn't want to? Why don't you go to him? What if he goes for me? What if he doesn't? I'll get it. I'll get it.
I'll get to it.
Here's the document.
He will.
Don't forget to tell him he should get the hell out of Talmberg before we take it to the castle.
Where would I find you?
I'll wait for you in the clearing. Be quick. I don't want to keep poor Margaret here any longer than necessary.
I understand.
Okay. It's not exactly like she's in the worst position possible. What's this? Oh, Nicholas is there. Oh, Nicholas is looking, I think, for her. By the looks of it, he's in the woods looking.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not too far. I mean, he's far enough. Yeah, look, he's looking. Nicholas, you've gone the wrong way, sir. You're getting colder.
Have you seen my wife, Margaret? I'm sure something must have happened to her. I can't find her anywhere.
Yes, I've seen her.
Speak, where is she?
Hannikin Hare is holding her captive.
How do you know that?
Doesn't matter.
It makes no odds. Just listen to me.
What, you whoreson? Tell me where she is right now or you'll rue the day.
Bluster all you want, but if you ever want to see Margaret again, you better get a grip on yourself.
Where is she? Tell me!
Yeah, you scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. Sign this parchment here, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
I, Nicholas Angel, do hereby confess... conspiracy against Sir Hannikin Hare? Just in proper punishment? What? You must be out of your fucking mind. Never.
Knew this would happen. Have you no honor, Margaret? Is it in danger? Sign or I'll make you. Ooh, I think I would go with Margaret is in danger.
Sign it if you cherish Margaret's life. I can't vouch for what Hare might do.
Hare's bluffing. He'd never harm Margaret.
I wouldn't be so sure. If you take a man's sweetheart, his home and his job, and leave him in the shadow of the gallows, you can't expect much mercy from him.
So, I have your word of honor we'll be allowed to leave.
I swear it. Neither Hare nor I will stand in your way.
There. Now tell me where my wife is.
There's an old mine gallery, a little to the south of here. Margaret is in there, alive and well.
I certainly hope so.
Let's go. Let's go. Bring the document to Hannikin Hare, who is... They're about to bump into each other. They're fully about to bump into each other. They're going down the same path. Look, they're going down the same path.
So, have you got it?
It's done. He signed it.
Voluntarily?
Yes. More or less.
Well, I'm glad it's been done without bloodshed.
And what now? Will you take the confession to Talmberg?
We'll go together. I need you to bear witness. I've been gone for years, and I'm not sure they'll take my word for anything.
Well, I hope they do believe you. Otherwise, we're both for the noose.
Don't worry. Divish won't forget our former friendship so easily. Are you ready to go?
Oh, how interesting. This is insane. There's a whole cutscene. No, it's not really a cutscene. It was just, well, it was like a very... Yeah, there is! Wow.
Hannikin Hare. I never expected to see you again.
It was the will of God that I returned. You realize that Sir Henry of Lipa has never repealed his sentence against you. I'm duty-bound to arrest you and turn you over to the provincial court.
Perhaps. But will you read this first? Henry here is my witness that your master huntsman Nicholas signed it himself. This ought to change their minds.
It might. I'm sorry, Hannigan. I always trusted you. But your guilt seemed irrefutable. Nicholas was very thorough. Oh, there's no doubting his own confession. Captain.
Yes, sir.
Have the Master Huntsman arrested.
That won't be necessary. I don't think they'll find him.
I understand. So, what's to be done with you now? Poaching and kidnapping the Master Huntsman's wife. You see my difficulty.
I know. I can't stay here. It's enough to know my name is cleared.
I'll have a letter drawn up to recommend you to the service of Sir Vincent at Vellish Castle.
Thank you, sir.
But if Nicholas has vanished and we're sending you to Vellish, then who's going to be my master hunter here?
There's one obvious candidate. Henry here. Help me bring Nicholas to justice. And he's no disgrace as a hunter.
Really? Well, what of it, young man?
What? Accept the office of hunt. I mean, we might as well because I'm.
It would be an honor, sir.
Good, good. Then I hereby name you Master Huntsman at Talmberg Castle. My Chamberlain will tell you more about your new responsibilities. Good luck to you, Hannigan.
Thank you, Henry. I could never have managed it without you. God willing, you'll meet again.
It's a much better end to this. A 10 times better end to this quest. Wow. The quest ends up going on for about 40-50 minutes. Right, so you've got yourself another home. Oh man, yeah, that feels so much better. That's so much better. And then this, right. Yeah, that felt much, much better. And then there's a whole activity up here, so now you can go talk to the Chamberlain.
Of course, sir.
Good God, you look terrible.
Let's not, right, I'm the new Master
God
Huntsman.
save Master Chamberlain.
Let's just see what this is about.
So I see. And what do you want from me?
I'm the new Master Huntsman. I was told to report to you.
Aha, yes, yes. That whole business with Nicholas was, how shall I put it, rather unfortunate. Well, I won't keep you with the lamentations of an old man. Now, to your new duties.
Just hunting different animals.
You're to supply the castle kitchen with game and protect the woods from poachers. Although there shouldn't be too many of those now.
No, I expect not. And when shall I start?
Right away. Sir Divish is planning to hold a banquet soon, and he wants venison for it.
All right, I'll get going right away.
By the way, the Master Huntsman should get a hunting bow and appropriate livery. You'll find everything in the lodge, which is also yours for as long as you hold the office.
I've just realised. Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes. Nothing but good news. Run along now. Take care.
Henry the Master Huntsman. Wow. Bring red deer meat to the Chamberlain. I mean, look. Very good. Very, very good. And I'm glad I done this quest to see where it kind of goes and how much more it opens up. It opens up a lot more because that's a whole... Not only was the quest a lot longer, but it opens up a whole other can of worms. when it comes to I've got a whole different home now as well, right? Yeah. This is just gathering food and stuff. You just become, yeah, you become. It's excellent. It's excellent. It's a great thing. Yeah. To do. It felt right. It felt like that's the way it should have ended. It felt so much better. And this is now your home. Shut up. Oh, this is like, this has got to be one of my favourites. Oh, I love this. And he said there's a bow waiting for me. Hazel hunting bow, a green tunic, piercing arrows, a load of stuff there. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. That's really cool. That's really cool. That went in a completely different direction to what I would have thought. Okay. Well, that's that. Okay. I'm gonna say save that on Hare Hunt. I'll save that on Hare Hunt and have a different save for that. Let's load game and let's go and load back up No Rest for the Wicked. And let's load that up. I'm so glad we've done that and I've done the full thing. That is really cool. Really, really cool. But alas, we are now back to our save, which is I'm going to get to in the glade and we're going to do these two. I'm just going to get us straight there. So we're there and ready. And yeah, we'll go from there. That's brilliant. That was fantastic. It was really excellent. That was something else. That was really cool. And I think the next episode, so we've got to speak to you, and we've got to speak to this guy as well. So we've got a couple of things to do in the glade. We're going to do the activities, and then we're done. We're so close to the end. Thank you so much, guys, for saying about going back and doing that hare hunt quest, because that was absolutely phenomenal. And we're going to leave that right there. Look, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on that quest. I think that is the way that it should have ended, and I wish I'd done it that way. But I'm glad I sort of see how that plays out anyways, and I've kept that save. So if I ever wanted to go and do the hunting stuff, I can do that and see sort of how that plays out. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all for the next one.